idea here is to show how simple it is to just mark out your piece of rail and then take it to a fabrication shop or welding shop and have them torch cut it into the shape that you want. Hopefully that doesn't cost too much money. We'll try to estimate the time that it takes to do that today. And so you then take it home, and then of course you've got all the grinding to do and dealing with the hardy hole and Pritchell hole if you want to install them. But the point is that getting the thing turned into an anvil-shaped object, somebody said, an ASO, anvil-shaped object, will be done in a pretty short time, and you'll be ready to just grind whenever you feel like it and have your own anvil. Okay, here's the completed anvil. It's about 26 inches long, and it's made from, as I said before, 141 pound per yard rail. Okay, this is this is take two of looking at the completely cut, flame cut anvil. 141 pound rail, ready for the grinder. About 26 inches long. Flame cut in, what do we have, 51 minutes. And if I'd have been a little bit better prepared, it probably would have taken 5 or 6 or 7 minutes less than that. I'll be filling in under the horn here with some cheap rod, just to give more of a increasing circular cross section to the horn as it grows. This 141 pound rail, as you can see from the amount of thickness that we have here, is very nice for this sort of thing. Your rail probably will be a smaller rail, so it should cut even faster than this. Well, we're going to use up what little oxygen we have left to start on a second one. This one's shorter, same 141 pound material, but this is just going to be a shorter anvil. That's all. So the length of the horn will be about 1 inch less, and the hardy hole will be positioned a little further back toward the rear, and the hardy undercut won't be as deep. And we'll see if we can get this under the horn part cut off before we run out of gas. It's raining in back of me, so if I'm not moving as far away as I should, that's because I'm getting water running down my back. Water running down my back again. I think that's about it for the oxygen. Nope, I guess we still got a blast here. Cutting through the thick part where the base joins the web. Checking to see where the sparks went and put out the fire here.
Sure. Oh, that explains it.
What?
That was it for the oxygen.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all we get for today.
Okay.
All right. What can I do to help clean up and stuff?
Nothing. That's great. You did your part.
All right.
This is sort of scene 2 of starting to cut up our second anvil. The first one is on the ground there. It weighs 73 pounds, and you can see the scrap that's left over beside it. We got this far with the first cut of cutting off underneath the heel before we ran out of oxygen last week. So we'll be restarting here shortly, and we'll see how long it takes to finish cutting out this anvil. This piece of railroad track 141 pound per yard rail weighs 78 pounds right now. We'll be taking several pounds off of it shortly.
So let's see where we left off on this one, because when I was cutting, and we ran out of oxygen, I was attempting to cut through the web at this point so that I could have a reference point where to make this cut so that they match coming across the bottom here. And it appears that when we start, we can start here and just make a downhand cut, and this entire piece should drop right off. Nothing to it. Easy peasy.
Okay, we're restarting a week later with a new supply of oxygen. We already had about 4 minutes into the cutting when we ran out of oxygen. So we're trying to give you a whole look at the length of time it takes to cut out an anvil. Okay, there's the first cut.
Okay, that didn't take long. And then we'll reposition.
And today we have a pair of gloves with no holes in the fingers.
Thank goodness, yes. Perhaps we didn't get my comment on third-degree burns on the last video.
We might have missed that.
Third-degree burns are better than second because they burn the nerve endings and you don't feel it. Fortunately, last time it was raining and we had puddles of water here, and I got my finger in a puddle of water right away, so no real harm done. Once again, reminding our audience that preheat is key, especially on a thick cut. It's always worth the time to preheat.
Oh, Rock?
Yeah.
One of the things I'd like to do today is when we cut those notches for mounting, stay well to the inside of the paint. Those were too big on the other one.
Okay.
They don't need to be any bigger than 3/8 and maybe a 1/2 inch deep.
Fair enough. I will make that happen.
You can come all the way up to the mark on this one,
Okay.
like you did on the other one. I mean, on the other side of this anvil, yeah.
I do believe those are going to pop off of it.
Rock has now repositioned the anvil to make the last cut, and I've kept the clock running here, so you know, this is pretty much as you would see it if you were in somebody's shop and they were charging it from the time they started to cut till the time they were done.
Also, if the shop that you hire has a larger torque than this, you'll get faster service. Or you should get faster service. set?
Yep. This would be the end if I wasn't asking Rock to take a little more off the horn area. Oops, I just remembered we still have the mounting holes to do. Now, with this horn area, there's an opportunity if a person has a big forge and either some strong guys or a trip hammer, you could actually leave more material here and then actually draw it out to a longer, more tapered point. But I'm not going to try to do that. I think I probably could. I don't know, maybe I will. We'll see.
One more time.
Okay, now to cut out the 4 mounting notches. Okay, so here we go for the notches for mounting.
turn it around.
Would you mind holding the torch for me? Oh, you're going to turn it around?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, thank you. And are those the notches that you're looking for?
Yep. Okay. Just, the same size. Stay inside the line.
Sure.
That's basically it, 32 minutes. Okay, so there's our second completed anvil. There's our first one from a week ago. 51 minutes on that one, because we were fooling around more. I mean, it took a little longer to figure out what we were doing. And here we really got at it, 32 minutes. Same amount of work, same size material. So that's it. I'll weigh it here in a minute.
Easier the second time.
Yeah, my son off camera said it's easier the second time. So I guess if there's a moral to the story, heck, why don't you bring your welder 3 or 4 of them to do it once? Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, now we're going to weigh the anvil. 51 pounds, 48 plus 3.
48 plus 3, right on the button.
51. There we go. Well, okay, here's kind of a tail end scene of the crime, so to speak. There's a fair amount over there. I guess you could cut off that drop and make a not bad anvil for general purpose work out of that alone. Probably weighs, even with the tail end cut off, the funny looking tail over there, I'd probably still weigh 35, 40 pounds. This one weighs 73. This one weighs, 51, and it'll lose a few more pounds. And this is the setup, oxyacetylene, propane setup I've had for 40 years. And this is the garage area where I'm doing it in. And you might take a look at some of my other YouTube videos on wood gas, and over on the other side owning 2-cylinder and 6-cylinder generator sets.